class, in today's lesson we're going to be learning about calculating different types of income. So we're continuing the previous lesson, and we're going to talk about a few more types of income that you might see. So your objective today is that you are able to calculate the income for these scenarios. So we have hourly, salary, and straight commission from the other day, straight commission was out. And then we're adding on straight commission, salary and commission, and piecework. So we're going to start with straight commission. When you're paid commission, you're paid a percentage of the sales that you've made. And so to calculate your income, your gross income, I spelled that wrong, is going to be your commission rate, or what percent that you earn, times the amount of sales you have in the pay period. Now it's super important when you type this in your calculator, don't forget to type in the percentage sign. So if it's 5%, you're going to type in 5% times whatever your sales are. If you don't have that percentage sign on, then you will actually get the answer wrong. It'll be about 100 times what you should get paid. Now the benefit of straight commission is the more you sell, the more money you can make or earn. But the downside to that is if you have a really bad week on sales, then your paycheck's going to be really small. So careers that use this are a lot of sales jobs, car dealerships, real estate uses this. So most contracts for real estate say that you earn 3% of your sales. And so when you sell a house, you're going to get a lot of money because houses cost a lot right now. But that money is going to have to last you because you're not always going to be making sales. So our example here, Casey is a real estate agent. She earns 8.15% commission on each sale. How much commission does she make on a $877,000 sale? She's got a sweet commission. First of all, this is like a really good commission. And then she sold a really nice house too. So to calculate this, we're going to do the commission rate. This is the commission rate. We're making sure to include the parentheses, and we're multiplying that by the sales. So this is her sale. Okay. And you're going to type that in your calculator exactly like that. I want you to pause the video and type this into your calculator and see what you get. Right, welcome back. You should have the answer to this on your calculator. You should get $71,475.50. So, like I said, that's a big amount, a large amount, but as someone that is paid on commission, you would have to be prepared. You would have to have a large savings plan so that when you reach a time if there's like a real estate crash and things aren't selling, you have something to live off of. So the next type we're going to talk about is salary plus commission. So this is when you're paid a set amount for getting your job done, plus you're given a percentage for any sales that you make. So the advantage of this is that you have a guaranteed income that you can count on and that you can make your budget on. And then your sales gives you an extra boost. So you can still earn extra by making more sales, but your livelihood, your house payment, your car payment doesn't depend on getting those sales made. So our formula for this is to do salary plus the commission rate times sales. So if you notice, we've got your salary here, and we're just adding it on to the commission formula. Now, if you're using your phone, you're going to want to add in these parentheses. Your phone just struggles a little bit when you're typing in a long set like this, and it doesn't quite follow order of operations. All of your phones should have parentheses if you turn them sideways. Now, also on this one, just like commission, don't forget the percentage sign or you will get that incorrect. So our example here is Abby sells security systems. She earns a monthly salary of $1,000 plus a 5% commission. So these are my keywords. This is how I know that I'm going to need to use a salary plus commission. So I want you to mark these on your paper. So we have salary plus commission. If you see salary and commission, anything like that tells you to use this formula. So last month she sold $24,890 in sales. How much did she earn last month? So our formula says to take her salary, which is $1,000, add it to the rate, which is 5%, times by her sales. Her sales are here. So I want you to pause your video, and I want you to put this in your calculator and get your answer, and then come back and check your work. You should be ready to check your work. So on this one, Abby is going to earn $2,244.50. Now, a lot of times if you are going to be paid on a salary plus commission, your salary alone is not going to be quite enough money to really live off of. But like I said, it gives you that guaranteed base that you can then work off, and you know what you're going to have every month, even if you have a bad month. Okay, the last one we're going to talk about today is called piecework. So piecework is when you're paid a set rate per item produced or item completed. So I had a job before where it was a kind of a hybrid model, but I was paid based on how many bills I processed and how accurately I processed them. And there was different ranges. So, for example, if I was at 200 to 300 bills per month, then I would get $10 per hour. So it was still hourly, but it was based off of how much I was working. Most piecework is based off of how much pieces you're actually completing. So to calculate this, you're going to take your rate per item and multiply it by the number of pieces. Now, one thing to note with this is if you're getting paid piecework, employers are still required to pay at least minimum wage. And so they will keep track of your hours so they can compare your income that you earned and make sure that that is above the minimum wage bar. So, for example, a farm hires employees to pick corn. It pays piece rate of 55 cents per container for the first 300 containers picked. It pays 60 cents per container for any additional containers picked during 1 week. Use this information to answer the following questions. So if Rob picked 250 containers last week, how much did he make? So we have to consider this. We've got two different rates. The first 300, so 300 equal to or less than or equal to 300 is going to pay 55 cents. Over 300, and then you're going to have 60 cents. Now they're not going to pay you 60 cents for every container. They're only paying you 60 cents for the additional containers. So this first question, it's 250, which is less than 300, so we can just use this first calculation. We have 0.55 times 250. So Rob made $137.50. Now we're moving on to Kate. Kate picked 310 containers. So since she picked more than 300 containers, we have to break this up into parts. So the first 300 containers, she got, we're going to break this into parts, sorry. So we have the first 300, and then she had 10 extra. So for the first 300, she's going to get 55 cents per container. That's the first part. The second part, and we're going to add this on, is for these 10 containers that are extra, she's going to be paid 60 cents. But that's only for the 10. The way this is worded, it's for any additional. So she doesn't get the higher rate just because for everything. So now you're going to type that in your calculator just like that. And we find out Kate made $171. Okay, our last example. I want you guys to pause the video. I want you to try this on your own and then come back and check your work. Alright, so hopefully you noticed that Jake made more than 300. So we're going to split this into his two parts. He's got his 300 here, and then there's 35 left. So the first 300 he earns the first rate. And then we're going to add that to the second one, which is 0.60. He makes 60 cents for the additional 35 containers. So we find that Jake made $186. So now we're going to do some additional practice. For each of these extra practice problems, I want you to pause the video, I want you to try it out, and then come back and check your work. Okay. We are going to skip the first one. If you look at this, this is one where it is hourly plus commission, and we didn't learn how to do that. I think you guys could figure out how to do this, and you do have one problem on your homework that I want you to take the time to think about, because you do have all of the skills to figure out how to do it. But we're not going to do that right now. So we're going to go on to the second problem. This is on the top right on your extra practice or more practice. So we have a mask making company that's paying its employees piece rate for making masks. It pays $2 per mask for the first 100 masks made per week. It pays $3 per mask for any additional masks made. Sarah made 124 masks this week. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to think about which formula should we use. And hopefully after reading this, you're thinking to yourself, she's getting paid per mask, so this is an example of piece rate. The reason why we know is she's being paid per mask. So now I want you to pause the video and I want you to go find out how much Sarah made. Welcome back. We're going to figure this out. So Sarah made 124 masks. We know she gets paid $2 for the first 100, and then any extra is $3. So I'm breaking this up into the first 100 and the extras. So to calculate this, she gets paid $2 per mask for the first 100, and then she gets paid $3 for the extra 24. So you type that in your calculator, and you find that Sarah makes $272. So our next question, Ben sells magazines part-time. He's paid a monthly commission. He receives 18% of his sales. Last month he sold $2,233 worth of magazine subscriptions. How much commission did he earn last month? So, because it's saying commission, it says he's paid a monthly commission, and it doesn't talk about any salary or hourly rate. You're going to use the straight commission rate. The reason why is because it's talking about just commission. Now, when we use straight commission, and I want you to pause the video, and I want you to try to work the rest of this out, and then come back and check your answers. So when we use straight commission, we take the percentage times the sales. So we're going to do 18% times his sales of 2,233. And we find out that Ben made $401.94 last month. Okay, our last question, this is another one that I messed up and I have an hourly plus commission. I'm not going to go through that because I want you to think about it when you get to your question on your homework. So remember that when we do salary plus commission, you take your total salary and we add it to the commissions. So I think you guys are set up to do your assignment. You're going to go through your entire assignment. The front is what we learned today. The back is a mix of what we learned in the previous lesson and today. And then you're going to get that turned in on Canvas. And then I have a short quiz for you to take, or an understanding check for you to take as well.